Wow, another good question. Wow, you're you're making me think. Having been at the ANA Masters of Marketing conference last week, there are a lot of different trends and a lot of different ideas being floated around by CMOs of some of the biggest brands in the world today. So I think the biggest thing I think marketers should do is to really be true to their brand and be truthful with their customers. There's this intersection of brand truth, which is good for the brand, and the consumer truth, which is good for the people. And not all brands are likable, or attractive to all consumers.
Yeah.
So you have to find the intersection of where these two truths become, and that's where the fans are. That's where the loyal customers are going to be found. So I think that brands need to pay attention to that and find out what their brand truth is and match it to this consumer truth, which is really going to be this sweet spot when it comes to marketing. The second thing I would say is that, while we live on, the planet Earth and we have global brands, I think brands need to act and think more locally. Um, People, consumers want to feel like they're a part of something that feels comfortable, part of a community.
Yeah.
And so I think that brands do have a responsibility to their customers, and I think customers will react more in kind to these brands if they're on their local level. And that puts more of a responsibility on marketers, right? That you have to be able to adapt to the different localities to be able to reach your consumers and be relevant. And then I think the last thing is, and this is something I definitely picked up from last week, was that we've always been taught about mainstream marketing, and you've looked at it as, at least here in the United States, we've looked at it as, mainstream, meaning, white people, right? White people interacting with your brand. And, over time, we've started to interject different nationalities, different races. So you see more black, brown, yellow, red people in advertising. And we would joke about it at the Martin Agency about clients wanting to have this rainbow coalition in every ad to prove that, that our product or service is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so there has been this shift towards multicultural marketing. And I think it needs to be the other way around. Multicultural marketing needs to be mainstream marketing. And we need to change that mindset of how we think about people living and interacting with each other. And that's going to be a big shift. And I think that's something that brands need to pay attention to.